the struggle is guaranteed, the success is not. The money may never come.
Just keep loving it no matter what. What do you say to people who make fun of people that say pursue your passion?
Well, I think it's actually advice pointed in the right direction. So if you had said, what do I think of people that say find your passion? I will say they mean very well, but they don't understand what passion actually is. So I think because a rare breed of individual develops a passion when they're young, they then mistake it for I found my passion, but that's not really true. So I'll walk you through my own. So I loved movies as a kid. So that is what I call, you get that first glimmer of enjoyment. You're interested in that thing. So I was interested in films. And then it became, my dad brought home a video camera, and that allowed me to engage with it. Now, engaging with the filmmaking process made me realize, whoa, I'm not interested in this, I'm fascinated by it. And the more I learned about it, the more I wanted to learn. And so that led me to film school. And then in film school, I began mastering my craft. Now, the pursuit of mastery, when you realize that you can not only do something for yourself, but you can influence the world. And through this filmmaking, I could actually have an impact on other people. That becomes the real passion, because you're developing this set of skills that means something to you, and it allows you to do something in the world that other people cannot do. So it goes interest to fascination through engagement, engagement to mastery through the learning process. And if at that point you like the way it makes you feel to do it and to impact the people the way that you're impacting them, then that's your passion. But passion is like this, it's like love, if I may. It has to be requited. If it's unrequited and you're doing something but the world doesn't care about it, I don't think it will ever really be a passion. It's got to be something that gives you this positive feedback loop. When you're serving other people and you're doing something that uplifts other people, but with a skill set that you had to work your ass off to get, and it's a skill set that you love and you love the acquisition of that skill set, then there's a light airiness to it that feels uplifting. And if you can get that loop, then you're good. So most people are what I call an empty dreamer. They have a big dream, they never do anything about it, they're 20 years later and they're talking, they're still gonna do it, gonna do it, gonna do it. When are you gonna do it? I'm working on it. They don't ever actually buckle down and hold themselves accountable. So there's a difference between dreaming about building a company and getting rich and all that, and actually having the skill set to do it. And through this whole time I'm reading about the brain, and that becomes my big breakthrough, is realizing, oh, this thing called brain plasticity is real. You can learn new things. And once I had that piece of information, then it was like, dude, it's just on you. The whole Solieri speech, let go of it. You might be too dumb right now, but you can learn. And so, are you? Like, one of my favorite questions is from Seth Godin. He says, when people come and say to me, oh, I'm a terrible writer, I say, show me all your bad writing. And he was like, they can never produce any, because they're so crippled by the fact that they're not yet good, that they don't do the things they would need to do to get good. And so my life became about getting good. And I just accepted that what we now call the growth mindset. So I had to cobble this all together, but what we would now call the growth mindset, I was like, okay, I really can change and I can learn. And so I have to go about it. So I obsessively read about the brain because I wanted to understand the mechanisms. How does this work? People just have to accept, if you're not getting the results you want, you've not learned the skills that you need to learn. It's just that simple. You're never going to find deep desire. Like, all of this stuff has to be architected. So people mistake the human animal for having these things hiding inside of them, and I will just give you the punchline. They do not. So no one is born with a passion, right? You would imagine me saying that Steve Jobs was born with a passion for technology. What if he had been born 7,000 years ago, 50,000 years ago? Would he still have that? Would he be dreaming of the iPhone? No, of course not. So where you grow up is going to influence your outcomes far more than who you are. Like, this is terrifying. The greatest predictor of your future success is the zip code in which you grow up. It's not your IQ. Vision of your life and where you want to go, it's going to be fucking hard. Think about running an Ironman. You have to toughen up. Like, you literally have to change your body to be capable of doing those things. And so the same is true of the mind. You have to train your mind to be capable of sticking through, working crazy long hours, learning things you don't want to do. Like, I will tell you right now, the thing that kills entrepreneurs faster than failure is boredom. People just can't do boring shit. They can't do it for extended amount of time. They can't have a vision of who they want to become and fight through all the bullshit that they're gonna have to get there. You're just gonna have to. So it's like, that's why so few people end up succeeding, is just the level of tenacity you have to show is insane.